While you're reviewing the customer's bill, it's important to understand how the customer is being charged. There are two types of rates, tiered rates and flat rates. Take a few moments to better educate yourself on the differences between these rates so you can better explain it to your customers.
Tiered rate. The more electricity the customer uses in a billing cycle, the more they'll pay for each kilowatt hour. Each customer is allotted an allowance, basically a specific number of kilowatt hours at the lowest rate, referred to as the baseline. The customer gets billed for any amount of electricity used up to the baseline at the specified rate. Most customers use up their Tier 1 baseline within the 5th and 12th day of the billing cycle. Any electricity the customer uses above the Tier 1 baseline up to a specific kilowatt-hour amount is charged at the Tier 2 rate. Depending on the utility, there may be anywhere from 3 to 5 tiers. Tiers 1 and 2 are regulated by the Public Utilities Commission. These two tiers rates are typically significantly lower than Tiers 3 and above.
The more electricity the customer buys, the more they pay per kilowatt hour. That's the point we're trying to communicate to your customer when you're talking about the tiered structure. They get penalized for being a good customer.
Flat rate. The utility company sets a flat rate for each kilowatt hour regardless of the amount of electricity the customer uses during one billing cycle. The kilowatt-hour rate remains constant regardless of the number of kilowatt-hours the customer uses in a billing cycle. Utilities typically change the rate depending on the time of year. Review the example to learn more.
The Stark family used 644 kilowatt hours. They paid $165.85. The utility charged them 12 cents per kilowatt hour. 644 kilowatt hours times 12 cents per kilowatt hour is $77.28. What's the remainder? They paid for delivery costs, state-mandated fees, taxes, and other charges. That's $88.54. $165.85 divided by 644 kilowatt hours is 26 cents per kilowatt hour. Be sure to inform your customer about their true kilowatt hour rate. You do this by dividing the total bill amount by the number of kilowatt hours they consumed. That'll show you how much they paid per kilowatt hour for the entire bill amount, not just what the utility is showing they charged per kilowatt hour for utility they consumed.